And we back. A lot seems to be going wrong at Newcastle lately. They've lost a few key players, Gordon, Tonali, etc. They're struggling to bring in replacements. They finished 12th last season. It all seems to just be going horrendously wrong for them. So what are we going to do? We're going to rebuild them in FC26, minimum 3 seasons, maximum 5. We're going to aim big. The goal, win the Premier League, win the Champions League one time each in the 5 years. I've not won the Premier League in my last 3 rebuilds. That's a combined 15 seasons. That curse is ending today. We are not about to go 20 seasons straight without a Premier League title. If you enjoy this video, like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Yeah. This is what we are working with. This is the Newcastle squad. Yikes. We are going to be keeping Guimaraes because it's hard to figure out what's realistic. Is he going to leave? Will he stay? Linked to leaving, but seems like no team's matching what they want right now for him, so I'm going to keep him. At the time of recording, by the way, this could change soon, but I'm going to keep him. Obviously, new signing, Torre. They've also made a couple other new signings, but they're low in rating, like this goalkeeper here and Stewart. The team needs a lot of improvement. The problem with Newcastle is I've only really known them to be linked with Bergvall. I don't really know who else they're linked with. I'm pretty sure it said they won't be going in for another striker, so we won't either. I don't really know what to do. Yeah. So I'm looking at this squad, and I'm thinking, okay, we'll bring in Bergvall if they're linked to Bergvall. I don't really know who else Newcastle are linked with. And I'm going to keep Guimaraes, and I'm also going to keep Lewis Hall, because at the time of the recording, they're still Newcastle players, and there's only been rumours so far. So we're going to bring in Bergvall. That might be our only sign-in. We might bring someone else in. I'm not sure. We will ultimately see. But this team right now is very, very average. Also realised Ramsdale is no longer at Newcastle. I didn't realise he was in net there. So obviously we'll terminate his loan, and we will then bring in a goalkeeper. So we'll sign Bergvall and a goalkeeper, and that'll probably be it. Right, so the first man we bring in, like I said, Lucas Bergvall, coming in from Spurs. They've been linked with him in real life. Very young midfielder. He will be a starter, so hopefully he can develop into a star, by the end of this save, and he's a world-class player. And the next man we've brought in, I hope, is another player that can develop into being world-class. Brought in Trubin, young goalkeeper, 23 years of age, to come in and start. Signed him from Benfica. Nick Pope will be the backup. Trubin comes in as a starter that hopefully, like I said, can become a top player in the future for us. Here is our transfer history for the first season. Johan and Stewart, 2 young players Newcastle signed in real life, have been loaned out. And we've brought in Trubin. We've also brought in Lucas Bergvall for a combined 66 million. I actually think these 2 signings are good signings. But Trubin will come in. He'll be a starter, right, ahead of Pope. 23 years of age, 80 rated. He could develop into the high 80s. And Lucas Bergvall as well. Because they're both coming in as starters, they could both develop very quickly in the first couple seasons. And before you know it, they're both, mid to high 80s. And they're very big players for us. So I actually like these 2 signings. Would have liked to sign more players, but Newcastle only be linked to so many players in real life. Only one, which is Bergvall. So we'll see, man. We'll see how they do, but I think they're 2 good signings. Starting 11 for the first season looks like this. Torre out left, De Voltemada and Barnes forming the front 3. A midfield 3 of Bergvall, Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Botman and Thiaw, the centre-back partnership with Lewis Hall and Tino Livramento, the fullbacks, Trubin in net. Miley is on the bench. I hope he plays, and because he has a lot of potential, so hopefully he'll get good minutes and develop into a top player and become a starter for us very, very soon. Shah also should be on the bench. I'll put him on the bench for Murphy. And I'm looking at the rest of this, and this squad isn't great. I'm trying to think what my expectation is, and it's very hard to think of one. I'm going to just say mid-table. This screams mid-table, this team. The only really good player we have is Guimaraes. So I look at this Newcastle team, and the expectation for this first season is mid-table. Hopefully we can do it. I'm expecting anything 12th or higher, and I'll take it. We're about to simulate the first season. The goal and expectation with this team is mid-table. Let's hope we're able to do it. Right, we have reached the end of season 1. Our manager rating is in orange, which isn't great. The goal was to get top 12. Have we managed that? We absolutely have. We finished 8th. We were 2 points behind Palace, 7 points off Chelsea, who were Conference League. I'll definitely take that. The goal was top 12, mid-table, around that. We finished 8th. That is definitely better than I expected, because the team we started off with was very average besides Bruno Guimaraes. If we check the other competitions, City win the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, Man United won the Carabao Cup. 8th in the league in the first season, definitely will take that. In terms of stats, Harvey Barnes had an unreal season, 18 goals, 14 assists, and then it drops quite a bit. Guimaraes got 7 goals, 2 assists. Walter got 7 and 9. Joe Linton got 6. Hall got 5. Barnes tops the assists as well as the goals. Walter 9. Lewis Miley got 5. Alanga got 5. So Harvey Barnes was our main guy. Bruno Guimaraes, as you expect, also had a very, very good season. In terms of player development, Guimaraes goes up 1. Trubin goes up 5, which is huge. Lewis Hall up 3. Livramento up 3. Botman up 2. Xiao up 2. Voltemada up 2. Bergval's gone up 3. It looks very good. Miley's gone up 3. So that's great. Let's see. Oh, Torre only going up 1 is a shame. Would have definitely liked him to have gone up more. And our players we loaned out have both gone up 3 as well. So in terms of development, that's gone well as well. And this is what the squad is looking like come the end of season 1. It's looking much better than it did at the start of the season due to the amount of players that developed. A lot developed. In fact, virtually the whole team have improved. And this team looks a lot more solid. So I can see why we've managed to finish 8th with this team. Now, when I look at this team, I'm thinking, right, the goal for next season, considering we finish 8th, has to be European football. If we're to get European football, we need to improve on the wings. So we're going to sign at the minimum 1 winger that would start for us. So a top winger and potentially bring in another midfielder. Definitely bring in a centre-back to improve that depth. So we'll sign a centre-back to improve depth. And we need, okay, we need depth. Depth is key. So we're going to look to bring in a backup left back, a backup right back, a backup centre back, potentially another midfielder, and a new starting winger. So there's going to be a lot of signings, 5 signings, focusing on improving depth and potentially 2 of the starting positions as we aim for top 6. Just before we do that and go into season 2, I've just noticed something. Harvey Barnes in his first season was the Premier League player of the season. It was deserved. In the league, he got 15 goals and 11 assists. And even though we finished 8th, we have the Premier League player of the season at our team. And I think because of that, he's got to be a starter next season. All right, season 1 is over. Season 2 is now here. We were given a budget of 102 million. We sold on a good amount of players and we've brought in 5 players, predominantly on focusing on improving our depth, as that was really, really lacking. And I think we signed 1 starter and then the other 4 just to strengthen that bench. We've spent every penny that we have in order to try and improve the squad so we're good enough to push for Europe. The first man walking through the door is Abde. He's the main signing. He's the guy that will come in and start out on that left wing, 82 rated. We've brought him in instantly to improve the squad short term and hopefully can develop into a top player in the future. Following the arrival of Abde, we have brought in Kumbula in from Roma. He will come in as a centre-back and he will offer depth and provide that depth behind Thiaw and Botman. We needed to improve our centre-back depth and he does just that. And our third signing, we've brought him in from Strasbourg, El Mourabet, 76 rated centre midfielder who's 20 years of age. Hopefully can develop into a real solid backup in the future. He's coming in to be about that 5th, 6th string midfielder and just provide that depth as Bergval and Miley, etc. continue to develop. And then the 4th man, we literally had no backup fullbacks. So the first guy coming in is Jan Couto as our new backup right back to Tino Livramento. It was a much needed signing as we went through last season with no backup fullback. Now a second backup fullback, the backup left back coming in from Brighton, Kadlioglu. Now he's 81 rated. He'll provide depth, of course, to Lewis Hall. A very solid backup at 81 rated. Could develop as well. I think this is a very good signing and I think we've done a very good job at improving our depth this window. Right, so here is our transfer history. We've loaned out Stir for another season. Also sold Vlacom Demos, sold Joe Willock to Leeds, sold Asula, sold Murphy, and we also sold Fabian Schär. As for the incomings, we've brought in Abdi. He'll come in and start out on the wing. We've brought in Jan Couto as a backup right back, El Merebe to provide depth in that midfield. Kadlioglu comes in as the backup to Lewis Hall, and Marash Kumbula coming in as the backup to Botman, and Malik Thiaw. And I think these signings here, like I said, we mainly focus on improving that depth and improving that bench, and then hopefully the starting 11 can continue to develop the way they did last season. Here is what these transfers mean for our team in Season 2. The starting 11, Voltemada, Abde, Premier League Player of the Season in Season 1, Harvey Barnes, Miley, Guimaraes and Bergvall, the midfield 3, Malik Thiaw and Sven Botman, the centre-backs, with Livramento and Hall as full-backs, and then Trubin in net. Our bench looks a lot better now with Toure, Elanga, Vissa, Kadliogu, Kuto, Joe Linton, Nick Pope, Kumbulo, and Ramsey. Now, that was the main goal of this window, Season 2. Season 3 will look to bring in more starters, of course, but we just wanted to solidify that bench, spend a lot of the money on improving the bench, so we have a solid core. Hopefully a few of these develop, and we start looking at this squad as a whole as a good squad, and then from there onwards, we can start improving on the starting 11 more. Going into Season 2, we're about to simulate the season. The goal is to push for Europe, get top 6. Hopefully, we are able to do it. Right, so we have reached the end of Season 2. And as you can see, we won the Conference League. I didn't even know we was playing in the Conference League, to be honest, but we've won it. The manager rating's like a high orange, like yellowish, so that could be all right. Let's see where we finish in the league. Gotta check through here. 9th. All right. I'm very grateful we won the Conference League, because we'll be in European football anyways. That makes up for it massively, because finishing 9th is absolutely terrible. We've gone down from last season where we finished 8th, which is concerning, and we're quite a bit off European football. But ultimately, I'm not too bothered now about finishing 9th, as we got the goal and we have qualified for European football through winning the Conference League. So that makes up for finishing 9th quite a bit. Liverpool win the FA Cup, and we didn't win the Carabao Cup either. So at least we won the Conference League, we won ourselves a trophy, and we will be in the Europa League next season. In terms of player stats, Voltemada scored our most goals this season with 22 and 5 assists. He only got 8 in the league. He got 12 in the Conference League. He stat padded. Abde got 16. Elanga got 15. Joe Linton got 9. Guimaraes got 5 in terms of assists. Lewis Hall got 11. Abde got 7, Elanga with 6, Guimaraes with 5, Voltemada with 5. So based on that, you'd imagine our player of the season is probably Abde, due to the fact that he played the best in the Premier League, or Voltemada, because, well, he won us the Conference League, I guess, so probably our best player this season. Something that I find very weird is Harvey Barnes. Where is he? 7 games. And I have a feeling the AI have put Abde ahead of him and then started Elanga, who's played 54, which is a shame, because Barnes was player of the season in Season 1, and now he's just gone from that to scoring 1 goal in 7 games. That is a shame, but we're going to look at the improvements. Trubin has gone up to 88 plus 3. Submit a transfer request. You are not going anywhere. Guimaraes, 87 rated. He's kind of stuck now. Lewis Hall, 86. Voltemada, he's 85. Livramento's only got up plus 1. Hold on. Okay, he was starting the games. Malik Thiaw plus 1. Abde plus 2. Bergvall plus 2. Botman minus 1, which is very concerning, right? That we're going to focus on that. And besides that, I mean, Miley's up to 81. Kuto's gone up plus 2. So the depth, yeah, Murabet plus 2. So the depth's definitely got a lot better. And a few players have improved, but Botman going down is concerning. Right, so this is the squad after winning the Conference League in Season 2. I'm looking at this team here. And concerningly, Botman's gone down, age 27. So we could consider bringing in a centre-back, a new starting centre-back. Trubin is safe. Livramento, Hall, Thiaw safe. Bergvall, Guimaraes safe. Potentially a new starting midfielder. I probably will do that, in fact. And I'm happy with the strikers. Am I happy with the wingers? I think I am. Elanga and Barnes and Toure and Abde. Right. So the main priority going into this season will be signing a new starting centre-back ahead of Botman, who's just gone down in rating, and a new starting midfielder, and have Miley drop to the bench. Those will be the 2 main priorities going into the season. We potentially will sign a big winger as well if we have the money for it. But the main 2 priorities, centre-back and midfielder. Season 3 is here. We were given 110 million, sold on a few players. We have brought in 3 big signings, all to come in straight away and improve the starting 11. Hopefully they can all stay and improve and become world-class players for the team. 3 big improvements to improve us instantly. Here is the first signing, Luke Haber, coming in from RB Leipzig, 84 rated. He'll be that man to replace Botman and be the starting centre-back. 84 rated, like I said. Hopefully he can develop into a high 80s, 90 rated player Very good signing, improves us instantly. And following Lukeba, we bring in Rayan. I kind of skipped the cup scene, but we've brought him in. He has cost us quite a lot of money. 84 rated right winger. He will start out on the wing for us. He's a big improvement. 20 years of age. He should develop into a world-class player. Massive signing for short-term and long-term. Big signing. And the third and final signing is a new starting midfielder as Miley drops to the bench. Mariba. He's coming in. He's a young player. 24, I think, 25, 83 rated, room to develop and become a top player, hopefully become high 80s. We've signed 3 players here that should help us qualify for Europe. Here is our transfer history in Season 3. Jacob Ramsey sold to Leeds, Stewart on loan again, Harvey Barnes has been sold to Liverpool, Johan on loan again, Murphy has been sold, and in terms of incomings, we bring in Castello Lukeba, Rayan, and we also bring in Mariba, and we also sold off Joe Linton. We spent what, about 170-ish million on new signings this season. 3 big players that will come in and start for us straight away. So here is what the starting 11 is looking like in Season 3. Abdi out left with Voltemada up top and Rayan on the right. Our midfield 3 are Bruno Guimaraes, Bergval and Mariba. Centre-back partnership Lukeba and Malik Chow with Lewis Hall and Livramento as our fullback still. And Trubin is the goalkeeper. Our bench is looking solid with Torre, El Marebe, Vissa, Kadliogu, Kuto, Elanga, Miley, Kambulo, and Sven Botman on the bench. Now, this team is good. And I'm looking at this, it's so much better than what it was last season and the season before that. And we have a very, very solid all-round team. But we're missing one thing, and that is a world-class player. A 90 rated kind of player. Trubin, our keeper, is the closest thing to it. So in Season 4 next season, if we think early, that might be what we add. But let's hope throughout this season, players can develop and we'll see a few 88s plus, you know, besides just Trubin. But this team looks good. The goal is to get Champions League. We're about to simulate Season 3. Let's hope we are able to qualify for Champions League football. We are here at the end of Season 3. Our manager rating is green. We won the last 3 league games in a month. This is positive signs. Where have we finished? We've won it. We've won the league in Season 3. So we've gone from 9th to 1st. 86 points, 27 wins, 5 draws, 6 defeats. And we finally win the league. My previous 3 rebuilds in 15 seasons combined, I didn't win it once. And we finally win it in Season 3 with Newcastle. Damn, I was not expecting us to win the league. This is 18 seasons it's taken me to win the league in my rebuilds. 18. And we've actually managed to do it. I'm actually in disbelief here. City second, Arsenal third. We won it by 4 points. Quite a gap between us and City and then the teams below. Wow, let's check the other competitions quickly. FA Cup, Arsenal. Carabao Cup, City. And the Conference League, Europa League, City won it. We lost on penalties in the semis. Oh, it's a shame. But we're the Premier League champions. Wow, we've actually managed to win the league. Finally in a rebuild. Season 3 of Newcastle. Now the next 2 seasons, the goal is to win the league, and just win the Champions League. If we win the Champions League next season, that's it. Right, minimum 3 seasons, maximum 5. The last goal now is to win the Champions League. Right, let's check the stats. Oh my, Nick Voltemada, 39 goals all comps, 24 in the league with 6 assists in the league and 11 all comps. He has been the guy for us. He has carried us here to the league title. Abde got 20 all comps, 6 assists. Guimaraes got 11 and 7. Elanga got 10 and 9. Mariba, 9 goals, 3 assists. Voltemada got our top assists as well as top goals. Elanga 9. Yeah, we've been through these. Marebe, who joined us as our bench player, is now 81 rated. And he has got 5 goals, 6 assists. That's very, very good return. He has been a very good signing for us. But I'm looking at this here. Wow. Honestly, what a team. I cannot believe we have won the league. Yeah. Voltemada, club legend. Won us the Premier League. I love him for that. It's taken me 18 seasons. So this is the squad we won the Premier League with. Rayan has hardly gone up in rating. He's gone at 85 rating. Voltemada 86, Abde 86, Bergval 84, Mariba 84, Lukeba's 85, Tiao 85, Hall's 87, Trubin's 90. This team, compared to some of the teams I didn't win the league with in my previous rebuilds, the fact this is the team that's won the league is actually quite funny to me. In fact, I don't think it's funny. I don't know if I think it's funny or a bad thing, because I built better teams than this and they couldn't get near the league. They finished like 6th. This lot have won the league. There's clearly a connection going on here. And because of that, I'm looking at this team and I'm thinking, what do we do to improve? Voltamada was our top goal scorer. I don't want to get a better striker. Maybe I sell Visser and bring in a better backup striker. Or potentially we do sign a new starter one. We'll see. Besides that, I like our fullbacks and the depth they've got. Maybe we go... Maybe we bring in... Right, I think the only improvement we can make is signing world-class players here, because the depth is fine. So I think we bring in a world-class 8, potentially, or a world-class centre-back. And then maybe a world-class winger. Right, I'm looking at this squad, and it's all very similar. Like, most players are around 85, 86, 84 rated. So I'm struggling to decide here how I'm going to improve the team, but we're probably going to sign a minimum of 2 world-class players, so 87 rated plus, to either improve. Yeah, it could be the centre-backs, could be the midfield, or the winger. We will see. But the goal for the following season now is to continue winning the Premier League, but the main goal now is win the Champions League. Here is the celebrations of us winning the league, the parade on the bus. I'm actually so shocked we won the league. I was not expecting that, considering we finished 9th and we made like 3 like good improvements, but there was no world-class player. It was like 84 rated players we've improved on. But we've managed to do it, man. Get in there. We also have 5 players make the Premier League team of the season. Voltamada, Bruno Guimaraes, Thiaw, Lewis Hall and Trubin. And also, as you'd expect, Nick Voltamada, deservedly so, wins the Premier League Player of the Season. He's our 2nd player to do it in 3 seasons. Season 4 is here and we have spent a lot of money. We have dropped 250 million on 3 players in the hopes that they can win us the Champions League. The first player coming in, he's the biggest signing, the big boy signing, Diamande. We spent, I think, 110 million to bring him in from RB Leipzig. He'll be our new starting right winger and he should now become our main guy in attack. And following Diamande, a new starting centre-back, Gonçalo Inácio, coming in from Fulham, hopefully can improve our defence straight away. He's 86 rated, so better than our current centre-backs. And let's see the impact he can have. And the third and final signing, Mamadou Sangare, coming in from Lens. He is 87 rated. He'll come in. He'll automatically be a starter, either replacing Bergvall or Mariba, being one of the 2 next to Bruno Guimaraes in that midfield 3. An absolute joke of a midfielder. Here's our transfer history. Johan Visser, we sold. We also sold Kumbula, sold Elanga to Liverpool, and we brought in Yan Diamande for 110 million. Also brought in Gonçalo Inácio from Fulham for 65, and Lens 82 million for Mamadou Sangare. Hopefully these 3 signings can help us win the Champions League after we've just won the Prem. And as for Samir El-Merebe, I think I'm going to recall him from his loan, as we only have 5 midfielders. So we did loan him to Everton, but I'm very likely going to recall him and have him part of the squad. So here is what it means for the Newcastle team in Season 4. Voltamada, starting striker with Abde and Diamande out wide. Bergvall, Guimaraes and Sangare, the midfield 3. Inácio and Malik Chow, the centre-backs. Lewis Hall, Livramento, our full-backs with Trubin in net. Our bench has got a lot better. We've got Toure, Lukeba, Rayan. Rayan's going to be that kind of backup winger and striker. Kadliogu, Kuto, Mariba, Miley, El-Merebe and Sven Botman. Like I said on Rayan, we don't have a backup striker, but he's kind of going to be that backup striker slash backup winger if need be. Hopefully we don't get too many injuries to our attackers. And I'm looking at this squad here. If we won the Premier League with a worse team, there's no reason, one, why we can't win the league again, and we can't win the Champions League. We should be challenging for both. I think this squad's good enough. We're about to simulate Season 4. The goal is to win the Champions League, and we also hope we can win the Premier League as well. So we have reached Season 4, and the goal was to reach the Champions League final. And as you can see, up against Arsenal in the final, we've managed to do it. I can see there on the calendar we beat PSG on penalties in the semis. We'll see more about that. But more important, well, not more importantly, but have we won the Premier League? We're going to check now. Of course, in the final, but the Premier League, did we win it? We finished 2nd, 2 points off City. That's fine. We've already won the Premier League. It would have been nice to go back to back, But the main goal, of course, is the Champions League, as we already have the Premier League ticked off, finished 2 points off City. We win the FA Cup, beating Everton 2-1. Carabao Cup, Man City won the Carabao Cup, and we got knocked out in the round 4 against Man City. But the most important thing now is the Champions League final against Arsenal. We beat Newcastle, beat PSG on penalties, like I said. Before that, beat Benfica. Before that, we beat Lille, so we had quite an easy run up to the semis. Once we beat PSG, it's at Benfica Stadium against Arsenal. Massive, massive game. For the Champions League and all of that, though, we're going to check the Premier League or our players' stats. Abde got 34 goals and 12 assists in all comps. 22 in the league and 5 assists. Voltemada got 25 goals, 5 assists. Yandy Monde's come in. He hit fire. 23, sorry, on fire. He got 23 goals, 8 assists. Guimaraes got 11 and 7. Mariba is out injured, which is a shame. In terms of assists, Abde 12. Sangare coming in, got 11. Lewis Hall with 10. He's been a joke. And Yandy Monde and Guimaraes with 8 and 7. I think our player of the season's quite obviously been Abde by quite a distance. And based on the Premier League form, it's close between Voltemada and Diamonde for second, but Abde being our best player. And this is the squad we reached the Champions League final with. Yeah, it's an absolute joke of a team. A lot of the players have gone up in rating. Lukeba, there, as you can see on the bench, he's gone up a lot. Yeah, a lot of improvement. Diamonde 89 now. Voltemada, Abde continue to rise. Our midfielders didn't, but I'm looking at this team here. In that Champions League final, I don't see why we can't have a chance at winning it. Here we are. It's match day. It's all come down to this. We do have one more season in Season 5 if we lose. But we want to get it wrapped up in 4 if we can. If we win this game, the rebuild is complete. Challenges have been ticked off. If we lose, like I said, we will go one more season and try again for the Champions League. This is our lineup for the Champions League final. Abde, Voltemada, Diamonde, the front three, with Bergvall, Sangare and Guimaraes as the midfield three. Chow and Lukeba, our centre-back partnership with Livramento and Hall as fullbacks, and Trubin in net. It says here it's at Wembley, but it said on the other screen it's at the Benfica Stadium. Nevertheless, Champions League final against Arsenal. Hopefully we're able to win this one. What I like doing every time is checking the opponent's team. They've got Raya, Ibanez, Mascara, Ake. This looks very average. Muradi, they're playing a back 5. Tarragon, who's a joke. Odegaard, Rice, Vieira, and Osimhen and Vinny Jr. Now they have some ridiculous players, but they also have a lot of below average players. I think we've got a very good chance in this one. Declan Rice gives it away. Lukeba stepping out. He is that kind of player. Diamande, this is shambolic defending here from Arsenal. Voltemada beats his man. 1-0, Champions League final, 9 minutes in. It's such bad defending from Arsenal. And Nick Voltemada scores his 9th goal of the tournament. He's been an absolute joke for us. Diamande with the assist. Oh, Voltemada here, his legacy on this save has been a joke. He got Premier League Player of the Season last season when we won the league, and he carried us there. And he could be the clutch man for us winning the Champions League. 9 minutes, 1-0. Bergvall. Voltemada scores again. 17 minutes in. He scores a header, a looping header over David Raya. This Arsenal team, yeah, I went through them. It's not the best of teams. They've got quite a lot of average players, especially defensively. So I'm not surprised with 2-0 up here. Just dinks it. He's 6'6". He's always going to get there. Look how far out he is. How on earth David Raya isn't dealing with that, I will never know. But with 2-0 up, 17 minutes in, Voltemada carrying. Voltemada. Go on, go for it. Oh my, he almost scored there. Almost got the hat-trick 26 minutes in. Osimhen. Great tackle. Give it away though. We are approaching half-time in the Champions League final. We are currently, hold on, 2-0 up as it stands. That's going to be a foul. It's not going to be a foul. I don't know how we've got away with that one. 2-0 at half-time. Been pretty comfortable so far. They've not really created much. Kind of coasting through this one. Hopefully we can keep this up. Go on. Gandhi Amande here. He's just going to run. Voltamada. He's got to win this header. Go for the bicycle. Go for the volley. Skies it. What a chance that would have been, man. We're going to make subs. Great opportunity for Voltamada. We're going to take Bergvall off. And we're going to bring on Lewis Miley. We are also going to bring on Sven Botman for Lukeba. And we will bring on Rayan as well. 90th minute, and the win should be ours. We could make this hard for ourselves here. They have it, but they're just playing back. Gomeres. And that is a 2-0 win in the Champions League final. Game over. Rebuild complete. We've won the Premier League. We've won the Champions League. 2-0 win. We actually have quite a lot of the first teamers there ending that game. If we just check the team before celebrations, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the 11 finishing that game. Still play for their first team in real life. Very, very solid win. Of course, it's the Champions League final. Whew. 4 seasons and we finished the rebuild. After failing the previous 3, it feels good to finally have actually completed a rebuild. And we've not just completed it, we've done it with a season to spare. We built an absolute joke of a team. But you could argue some of our other teams in other rebuilds were better. But this team was special, clearly. They've won the Champions League, won the Premier League. We're going to watch the trophy lift. Who's the captain? Bruno Gomeres, the man to lift the trophy. Here he is, Gomeres lifting it as we've won the Champions League. Lifted the Premier League a season ago. And this season, lifting the Champions League. What a team. 4 seasons in, and we've completed it. One last look at the team we did it with. We've won it all. Abde, Voltamada, Diamande, Singare, Gomeres, Bergvall, Hall, Chow, Lukeba, Livramento, Trubin. This is the bench, and this is the reserves. We've kept a lot of the current players. There's quite a few that obviously still play in real life at Newcastle. But we've brought in the right additions. A lot of players have developed, like Trubin, who's gone to 91 when we signed him 80 rated. Absolute joke of a team. And there it is. Finally, we have completed a rebuild. It's done. We've successfully completed it. We've not failed. We've not gone 4 in a row failing. I said in the last video, the next one I will complete and I will succeed in. And we've done it in 4 seasons. Premier League in season 3. Champions League in season 4. It would have been nice to have done the double in the Premier League and gone back to back. We were 2 points off that. But nevertheless, challenge complete. If you did enjoy this Newcastle rebuild, please make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.